Alright, hey guys, how's it going today? So, as you can see, it's springtime, so the car's back out on the road, thank God. Wanted to come out and try to give you guys a video. As you can see, it's springtime, so the snow is all melted, but everything's still pretty dead looking. We haven't got any rain or anything like that, so the track's not open. Can't really go out and get any hard data or try to get some new numbers for you guys or anything like that. But one thing that I did want to touch on is 0 to 60 times.
I should be losing sleep, I'm losing it enough.
So a little while ago, RT Life had posted a 0 to 60 challenge, and I saw a lot of people had started posting their 0 to 60 times. Even if you just cruise around and search Challengers, Challenger RTs, 5.7 Hemi, anything like that, there's a lot of people posting their 0 to 60 times. So I thought today we could touch on a bunch of tips to help you get your 0 to 60 time down. Now, I never actually sat and put the thought into the fact that we're really lucky that I have a drag strip right in my home city. So a lot of things that I see guys doing when they're trying to get a better 0 to 60 time, coming from a drag racing, mindset, coming from a drag racing perspective, I can see a lot of mistakes that people are making right off the bat that I know are just killing your 0 to 60 time. So in this episode, I figured we touch on a bunch of tips that are going to help you lower that 0 to 60 time. And get the most out of your launch.
I should be crying out, but crying in.
So one thing, if you notice, aside from it being incredibly windy out right now, one thing that you notice, my car's off. My car's off and it's quiet. One of the biggest things that I see people do is to constantly be sitting there idling their engine forever. They're sitting there, either if it's a street race, they're sitting there talking to the other driver, or they're setting something up and the car is running and it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And then finally, by the time they go, it is up to full operating temperature, and I guarantee you're losing probably 2 or 3 tenths of a second if you were going quarter mile time just from having that car totally heated up. So if you're going for your best 0 to 60 time, let your car and let your engine cool down. Now, going a little bit further into that, as well as not having your engine idle for a long time and heat right up, or like driving for a long period of time and then idle and then try a bunch of your 0 to 60 times. Don't do consecutive passes. If you do a pass, let your car cool down for a bit, give it 10 or 15 minutes with the hood up, and then try again. When you're at the drag strip, you're always letting your car cool down. If you've ever watched Demonology's channel, he touches on this kind of stuff a lot, and it's just comes from that drag racing mindset where you want to have your engine nice and cool because you're going to make the most power when your engine is the coolest. So don't make like 6 passes in a row and then wonder why your 0 to 60 isn't dropping. If you're having a hard time getting traction from your tires, whether it's at a standstill or if you're trying to rev it up, get your RPMs up to launch hard, you should be doing what we do at the track, which is get your tires warm. Now, I know it's a little more noisy and you run the risk of pissing people off, but if you're doing 0 to 60 times anyways, you're probably doing it in an area with there's low or no traffic, not many people around. You don't run the risk of other drivers interfering or being in your way, or people or anything. You're trying to find an area that's quiet, that there's nobody anyways. So if you're in an area like that, I would suggest trying to do a quick little burnout just to get your tires nice and warm. You will not believe the difference it makes getting some heat into your tires and then trying a hard launch. All of a sudden they just grab. Whether you're doing a 0 to 60 or you're at the track or you're racing somebody, you do not want to leave off of idle. Now, leaving off of idle is better than spinning your tires a ton, I'll give you that. But if you want the lowest 60-foot time, like that's a drag racing thing, but your 60-foot time is vitally important for how quick your car is going to get down the track. To improve that, you're going to want to stall up your car probably somewhere between 1,800 and 2,500, maybe even $3,000 if you've got a set of drag radials on the back, like the Nitto Tri-5Rs or something like that. You can get away with stalling it up higher because you know it's going to hook up and grab anyway. Your 60-foot time is huge for how fast your car is going to run down the track, or a 0 to 60. So try to stall up as much as you can.
What's this gonna do with me? They say we're looking on our rights. These are the times that will define us, you and I. Will you look back on this one day? Will you look back?
So to add on to that, because these all sort of tie in together, try airing down your rear tires a little bit. That's another drag racing thing that we always do. If you, not a ton, but if you take down your tires to like, and it depends on the tire, and it depends on the pattern, it depends on how soft the compound is and what size you're running, but usually if you take a little bit out, try to like 28 to 25 psi in the rear tires. Usually that helps you hook a fair bit.
Grinding hard and finding all we done. What's this gonna do with me? They say we're looking on.
This next point is kind of a no-brainer, but you never know. I would say try to find as flat a piece of road as you possibly can. Nothing uphill for obvious reasons. You don't want that engine working harder than it needs to push your car uphill to try to get a good 0 to 60.
I'm drawing the line that will define.